Matt and Jojo. So I wanted to, kind of like clarify more. So I'm really trying to figure out, my gut's telling me with junk removal, from what I've seen with people talking and scaling, and, I'm seeing a lot of people getting a bunch of trucks, like 5, 6 trucks.
Okay,
And
I got resupply.
it's making me believe that they're making the same amount of money as you guys are with your 2 trucks, that they're just, it's so much more expenses, and, Google ads, this and all that. What is your guys' thoughts on that? Because I'm just trying to figure out, and I'm like saying to myself, why would you go any bigger if, like 2, 3 trucks seems to be, the sweet spot, and then take that money and go invest in other ways and all. And I just was curious what your thoughts on all that whole thing is.
I I mean, I actually agree with what you just said. I guess it's different strokes for different folks, right? It all depends on really what you want the outcome to be. Like, we make a really good living off of the 2 trucks, and I like to take that money and do other stuff with it. So, we do mutual funds and stocks with YouTube money, and that grows. And I think your expense, like our profit margins, are so much better than if we were to get another truck. Then we would have to hire another person to get on that truck, and then your workers' comp goes up, and there's just so much expenses that go into it that
And
we
bring
would
work that
really be needing to really knock out
yeah.
a lot of jobs and really not make much more profit. That's how I see it.
How
And then
many?
one thing with me too is, I'm gonna tell you like this: my stress level is like this. I don't have no stress. I sleep good every single night. I barely have any headaches at all. Like, a couple of weeks ago, Julio woke up and there's a flat tire. No big deal. We'll get that thing fixed real quick.
I like that.
I only got one family to feed and take care of. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I got a good employee that I know that I treat like family. You know what I mean? I pay him really well. He takes care of the truck. I ain't got to worry about, like Yee said earlier, someone stealing shit, someone doing jobs on the side. Me personally, I've been through so much drama in my life. I like to keep my stress level down, and I have no stress. I can do whatever I want whenever I want.
That's
Somebody
funny.
said, why couldn't you have 2 to 4 trucks in one area and do the same somewhere else? You could.
Yeah.
We love Sonoma County. We love where we're at, and we love what we're doing, and we love how we're doing it. So,
But it kind of goes back to what you just said, Jojo, because to have another location, then you're going to have like a general manager looking over. So that's another salary in it. And it starts getting where it's getting so complicated, this scale, and so expensive. I just see it being a smarter move. Take that cash flow money that you're making from the 2 to 3 trucks, and then go and put that time in somewhere else, into like an example for me. This is what I'm laundromat, storage facilities, shit like that, because it's passive income. It's not being on the truck busting your ass all the time. You pop in an hour a day, and you're bringing in 20-30K a month.
But not only that, but when you bring in another truck, you also have to bring in a lot more jobs.
yes.
So that's what he was saying is, now they're going to force me to pay for Google ads. I have no choice, because I have to have these trucks, because I know Matt and Jojo have a set amount they want for each truck to make money, and they have a goal. As I heard before, each truck we have a goal. This truck makes that much money. This truck makes that much money. But now if you bring in another equation, it's like having another kid. Now I have to feed this kid and do all this. And speaking of a kid, you know what I mean? It's just, you have to feed that truck jobs. And I think if people are not listening to the show right now and hearing the recipe that Matt and Jojo are talking about, you're not really listening.
And I'm going to tell you like this too. You don't need 2 trucks to make a killing. You can just do it with a truck and a trailer. I made so damn much money. I stacked so much money in my apartment complex, keeping my overhead hella low. You know what I mean? With us having the 2 trucks, my life's way more simpler. Jobs are done faster, and I got more freedom. Profits are a little bit less, but we're still making a killing.
It's okay. You got number one thing is freedom, because we all know how it feels to have
But
your freedom
hold on,
taken away.
hold on 1 second though, Matt. When you made the transition from the 1 truck to the 2 trucks, how many jobs were you averaging on a day? And then my second question with that is, different times of the year and all that, does it get tricky now?
So you asked how many jobs we were doing back in the day. You know
Meaning
what?
like before you were ready to get that second truck.
I would say let the market tell you when to grow. When you can't get to jobs and you're leaving money on the tables, when you want to get another truck. When you sit there and kind of calculate, damn, we couldn't get to that shit. If we had another truck, we could have got that job. And start calculating how much money you're missing out on, will kind of tell you, hey, you know what? I need another truck.
Yeah, it was when we realized that we were working too hard to keep up. Right. So then, oh, you know what? Another truck, we could have knocked that out. We could have got this great big job done way quicker. It's just, I can't really put a number on how many jobs it was. It was just that feeling that you knew that you could be making more money if you had that truck because you're starting to, yeah.
And in the trash business, it's like this. You can like have 4 jobs that day, but one of those jobs might be 2 or 3 loads. So it's always different.
Yeah.
And then in California, it doesn't really slow down for us that much. I mean, it will when school gets out and people are on vacation right before school goes back. That's a little slow down.
Yeah.
And then if it's raining and stuff like that, it will slow down a little bit. But we're so established and people know us that we stay pretty consistent. And if it does slow down, we like put signs out and shit.
So what I'm saying is
November to February would be like kind of the slower season out here.
What would you say? It all depends on when you start wearing thermals and hoodies and it starts raining a little bit. That's when it'll slow down.
Yeah, I would say it's weather permitted, not really time of year. So like if we were to have a rainstorm for 4 days right now, the phone wouldn't ring. So and if it's December and it's really nice weather, our phone keeps ringing. So I would say it's really more because December we had our best month ever. Okay. And it was December.
And then the crazy thing with the trash business is, let's say you first start out, you have like a slow couple weeks, then all of a sudden you're like, damn, this month ain't doing that good. And then all of a sudden you get like a $20,000 or $30,000 job. And then it's like, damn, all right, we just knocked that shit out. We had a hell of a good month. And then you go the next month, it's kind of slow, whatever. Then all of a sudden you get like a little house clean out, make 10 grand or whatever. Then another one right behind that. You just never know the trash business. That's why you always got to answer your phone all the time.
Yeah.
Sarah from Load Runners wants to know, Matt and JoJo, if you end up moving to a place underwater like you have talked about, would you start junk removal there?
No.
No, we would have Julio running the show out here for sure.
Yeah, we wouldn't start a new one. It would be time for us to like relax and retire. Yes.
But I got a question. So I know Matt can work 7 days a week. You know what I mean? Do you ever get tired of it, Matt? Like, you know what I mean? No, I don't want to work. I just want to chill. I don't even want to work both days. Or I know you love this stuff. I love this stuff too. And sometimes I have to.
Talking about.
I don't like working 7 days a week. Hell no.
That is not Matt.
No.
That is not Matt.
So I like to take.
He doesn't like to work in the heat, and he wants off early.
Matt could have fooled all of us.
Truly am spoiled. I don't like working 7 days a week. I'm not that guy that wants to work 10 hours out there. I want to come home and do other shit. You know what I mean?
I will tell you though, he hustles and grinds nonstop 7 days a week. Not on the trucks, not junk removal, but when he's done with junk removal, he doesn't stop.
He's living the world. He's living it.
Oh, yeah.
He is absolutely dedicated to promoting our business and promoting the expo. And he does it. And it's quite like, I don't know, he has such a strong determination and an infectious motivation. And that one of the things I love about him is always looks for the good and very, very bright. And that's one reason why we get along so well is because we don't do drama. We're genuinely happy people. And if something isn't right and doesn't sound right, we just like, okay. And we just pivot and we're over here. And we're always in our like good vibe zone. And I really like that.
And then one thing too is if I want something, I'm gonna figure out how to get that shit. So I try to set goals and try to make it happen. So that's one of our goals is to get 100,000 subscribers on YouTube.
We're gonna do it.
We're gonna do it. I might be 80 years old with a fucking cane, but I'm gonna do that shit.
No,
and then I also want to get a house on the water. And then Mr. Yee, Paul, you can come out. I know you don't want like fishing and stuff. You can take your shirt off and flex and shit.
Well,
I want a house on the water where the fishing is hella good.
Oh yeah,
that's
me and
my
the
main goal.
me and the tub.
You know where
Me and the. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Oh, we don't know where that's gonna be.
Oh, I was just saying, me and the TODD and Jeff, we can't wait till the 20th.
Oh,
We're
yes,
already
Paul.
like,
Paul should come with us.
and Paul, you should come with us. You don't got to
got
fish.
going on? What do you got going on?
We're going fishing.
Oh shit! All right,
It's gonna be some content. It's gonna be some guys on a boat with some fishing poles, and it's just gonna be fun and relax. You should come with us.
I'm down to watch you guys fish. Hell yeah, man!
You know what I mean.
Maybe I'll go do a little crabbing on the side. I like crabbing. So
I don't know about that, but you know what I mean. You just go experience it.